Let's get into the news now. And Freak said, is it OK that it's only February and Vladimir Putin has already won the Dick of the Year award for 2022? We're going to try and get through this and make sense of it for you. Like I said, we may need a bigger dick. Vladimir Putin has launched an air, sea and land invasion of Ukraine. Hundreds of soldiers and civilians have been killed, and as we speak, Russian troops are in the capital of Kyiv with the goal of overthrowing the government. Vladimir Putin says he's liberating Ukraine from an illegally installed government who have committed genocide against their own people, and I'm not making this next bit up, and according to him, are controlled by drug addicts and neo-Nazis. Now, it won't surprise you to know, pretty much every part of that sentence is...
bullshit.
Especially the Nazi bit. The Ukrainian president is Jewish and lost family members in the Holocaust. All Ukrainian men have now been banned from leaving the country and have been ordered to fight. We've been harrowing scenes of people sleeping in the underground, fathers kissing their daughters goodbye as they send them off to safe zones, and all of this in a city that is a 3-hour flight from London. We've all been talking about it all day, we've been talking about it all week, but we've all been really affected by it.
Yeah, I think that, you know, when you see things like the pictures of little children kind of, you know, in bunkers and having to go through that, I think as a father of girls myself, with 2 little girls, I kind of imagine, you couldn't imagine them being in that situation, and I think it really hits it home. And then you think about the bravery of those children, of those children in that circumstance, the bravery of the parents, who are having to try and, you know, flee and save their children. The bravery of the parents who are having to go back and leave their families, the men who are having to go back and fight. And then you think of also, you know, there's also bravery from the Russian people who are in the cities protesting against this war, fully knowing that they're going to get arrested. Yep. And they're out there protesting because they don't want it. And you've got to remember, you know, this isn't the Russian people. This is Putin and his oligarchs. Yep. And I applaud the bravery in these harrowing circumstances.
Yeah. I think what's interesting, because obviously we've been talking about it for a few weeks, and in the build-up, it's a story in your head about Vladimir Putin or about international superpowers or about, you know, the Cold War or about geopolitics or East versus West. And then the day the invasion starts, you realise that that's not what the story is actually about. The story is about the humans that are affected by this and the humans that are having their lives ripped apart, who are losing their lives, who are losing family members, all these things. And what's really interesting, I think, also, from the perspective of someone my age living in a Western country, is I've never before really considered that a war could end up actually physically affecting the UK. And that's still that's a huge long shot. We're a huge distance away from it. That's a huge kind of leap of kind of logic that this could. But that's made me and people I meet very scared, and we're talking about how scared we are with this kind of thing. And you think, and that's a kind of minor kind of chance, but there's these people who are actually being affected by this now, in the city they've lived in the city they've grown up in, and it's happening now, as we're being broadcast. And you think how we're scared and what it must be like for them. It's genuinely just...
Oh, to have to kiss your daughter goodbye and your wife and put them on a bus so that they can go somewhere safe while you go back and fight, and you know you might not see them again. So how's the world reacted to all of this? Well, like us, clearly, but the Champions League final's been moved from St Petersburg to Paris, the Russian Grand Prix's been cancelled, Manchester United have dropped Aeroflot as a sponsor, and Russia will not be allowed to compete in the Eurovision Song Contest, which means the UK will probably come last again.
I think they should have made them have the Champions League final. I think they should have made them have the Champions League final just in case there's a chance it's an all-English final and they'll have to put up with 80,000 pissed-up English football fans.
So Boris Johnson started the week by announcing sanctions against 3 Russians who'd already been sanctioned in America and a few Russian banks that no one had heard of. It was described as like bringing a pea shooter to a gunfight. Sky News said the ultimate step would be to ban all Russian banks, but described it as the nuclear option. Which is kind of... I thought the nuclear option was using nuclear weapons.
The thing is with this is kind of, you know, the big threat is, you know, on the banking and kind of, you know, they might remove the kind of the SWIFT payment system, Russia using that, online banking. And look, yeah, I admit, look, nobody wants to go back to queuing in a branch, but I feel like we're kind of Russia are going in with missiles
Yeah.
and troops, and what we're threatening them with is mildly inconveniencing them. And I feel like what's the next thing we're going to do is we go, well, we're going to give you film spoilers. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's even.